Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Quick little introduction to this video. Welcome to my Nutcracker retelling reading vlog. If you can't tell, didn't know, I'm a fan. I have been a fan of the Nutcracker for as long as I can remember. It's been a tradition for me to get a new Nutcracker multiple times a year sometimes, like every Christmas from my mom, sometimes my grandma. Love the ballet, have gone so many times, love the book, read it every Christmas. Like, the Nutcracker is my Christmas tradition. Like, that's what makes Christmas for me. And so finally I'm getting around to reading some retellings, and I picked some interesting ones for sure. Nothing typical and normal, because why would I? So in this I'll be reading 3 different retellings. One that's a little spicy, or a lot spicy. I'll be reading a true fairy tale type of story, and then a potentially dark, twisted, like almost horror, crazy. I was planning to read Midnight in the Everwoods, which I've been attempting to read for the past like 2 or 3 years around Christmas. Like, I try to read it and it just never works out. And then I saw 2 reviews this year and I was like, you know what, it's not happening this year either. We're done. I'm not gonna worry about it. So I will be reading 3 books in this video for you guys to enjoy, hopefully. I'm filming this after reading everything, so I do know the outcome, but ooh, what a time. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you at the end. Hello. I'm out of breath from like running around a whole bunch like recently. For Christmas we got a new comforter, so I was just getting that out of the dryer and like made the bed all nice and fresh, and then I built myself a fire. I built it by myself. Granted, I was running around a lot, so I'm already warm, but Christmas tree, extra blankets, because you can never have enough. Hello. Welcome to this check-in. I had Christmas with my family today. It is way before, like a little more than a week before Christmas, but Austin and I are leaving the 26th, and so we wanted to, my family always does Christmas Eve, like with the grandparents and uncles and everybody. We do that usually like a week before Christmas, just because we're all getting older and it's a bit harder to coordinate with everybody. And so I'm really out of breath. And so we were doing that, and then because like of how Christmas and everything is going this year, my immediate family, like my sister and parents, got together, and so we got our Christmas presents, including my newest Nutcracker, which my grandma was like, but do you girls still want those every year? And Harper and I were both like, yeah, of course we do, absolutely we do. But oh yes, my fake money, part of one of the gifts. But here is my newest Nutcracker. He's so cute. He'll look really cute with my like Christmas cookie baking Nutcracker. Yeah, I'm a big fan. If you are new to my channel or like haven't really seen me around too much, especially during the holidays, you may not know, but growing up, my family used to go to the Nutcracker, the ballet, at the local theater almost every year. Like, it was a very normal tradition for us, and it was so special and near and dear to my heart. And so as we started getting older and the economy starts changing, it started getting more expensive to take the whole family, so we kind of stopped doing that. But the tradition of getting Nutcrackers from my grandma consisted. I was kind of the only odd one out. Me, and then like by extension my stepsister Harper. We were the only ones that it really stuck with. The last time I think I went to see the Nutcracker was with my grandma and my 2 younger cousins, and that was when I was in high school. Like, I dressed up all nice and fancy and stuff. But I have gone since with my boyfriend. But it's just like, it's a ballet that I love. I love the story. We read the book every year, so it's like really special to me. And therefore the tradition of getting a Nutcracker every single year was born. So I normally would get one from my grandma, who started it all really, and then also one from my mom, who kind of continued the tradition, because some years I wouldn't get one or some years I'd get 2. hence the incredibly large army you might have seen in my last vlog. I'm sure I will talk in front of them plenty throughout this video, but I did want to actually talk a little bit about reading as well. Nothing wild, but I did start my first Nutcracker retelling for this vlog, and I'm so excited about it. I'm only two chapters in, but I genuinely was like squealing in bed last night, like listening to it. So I am reading the Court of Sugar and Spice by somebody I don't remember because I didn't look at the audiobook before I started talking to you, so sorry. But it is, of course, a Nutcracker retelling. And this we are following two sisters, Clara and I want to say like Jessamine or something like that. I don't remember her name. But two sisters, and the book really just like starts immediately. Like it does not mess around. It looks like it's going to be dual POV with both sisters. So the first one was Clara, and they show up to their uncle Dosmeyer's house. I don't know, they haven't like explained why they've moved in with him. He's not really an uncle. He is a friend of their dad's, like an old friend of their dad's, but just goes by uncle, as friends do. And so they move in to the toy maker's house, and he kind of gives them a tour. He's like, hey, the third floor is off limits. That's just my like workspace, my room. Respect my privacy, but like the rest of the house, go for it. Have fun, go to town, whatever. They're, I want to say, like probably young adult, 17 to 20 something maybe. But yeah, so that's what happens. And in her chapter, her sister, whose name I'm gonna call her Jessamine because I don't remember, but Jessamine accidentally drops the Nutcracker, and the arm chips, like a piece of wood falls out, very small. Dosmeyer is very chill about it. He's like, no, it's no worries, don't worry about it, just put it back, like it's all good. And she's like kind of down on herself, she feels bad. And so she's decided, like at night when everyone's sleeping, she's gonna go and fix it herself, just to like make amends basically, and maybe snoop the third floor. But when she goes to fix the Nutcracker, I'm trying to piece it together already, whether it's because she pricked her finger on the wood chip that like a little bit of blood infused, but she pieces it back together and glues it back together. And then the Nutcracker starts like shaking and rattling in her hand and starts growing and becomes a full person. And like right off the bat, like the banter was so funny. She genuinely has no reaction. Like I swear to God, if one of my Nutcrackers just like became alive, I would be losing my mind. I would be so unwell. And she's just like, yeah, let me go get my sister. Like, I don't know what's going on. This is kind of weird. Let me, like, help you and lean you up against the wall. You're talking about, like, being some fae prince and you need help. So, like, let me get my sister. And she, like, leans him up against the wall. And he's, like, calling her human. And, like, the banter was just, like, immediately there between the two of them. So I know those two are going to be love interests, which I'm really excited to see. And then I think Clara is going to end up with, like, the Sugar Plum Prince or something. But they're going to end up going on this journey to whatever realm in which, like, the Fae land, basically, if you will. It's, of course, Fae. So, whatever Fae world they have. And they're gonna, like, be the heroes and kick those rat boys out. And that's really all I know so far, but I genuinely was, like, listening to the audiobook and having so much fun with those first 3 chapters. So, I'm very excited to continue this one. I'm so happy that I found it and starting. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so fun. I'm ready. Okay, but that is my update and check-in. I will let you guys know when I'm probably, like, halfway through how I'm feeling about it, what's going on, and then final thoughts eventually. But yes, that's my little check-in. That's my newest little Nutcracker. He's so pretty. But yeah, that's all I got for you right now. I just need to say that I'm such a hipster. I'm such a trend setter on accident. Like, there's just something so special about me. Like, when I start something, like a Court of Sugar and Spice that, like, I have not seen anyone talk about, suddenly is all over the internet. D at Don't Fret Read Books recently uploaded a video. I can't wait to finish this so that I can watch his video. Incredible. And my friend Emily was like, hey, boys. And my friend Emily was like, I've seen this on Instagram. And so she downloaded it on KU. And I'm trying to talk Eliza into reading it too because I'm enjoying it so much. So that's what's going on with me. Little Miss Trendsetter, what can I say? I hate myself. Anyway, I'm still really enjoying it. I haven't got much further though, so I will hold off to tell you more thoughts when the thoughts come, but I'm liking it. Oh boy, howdy. So I managed to finish a quart of Sugar and Spice, and I shouldn't be surprised. Like, if you name any like fae book a quart of whatever and whatever, like, it's obviously going to be fae smut. But for whatever reason, when I picked this book up, I really didn't have that in my head. And then I saw other people picking it up, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, pick something up, and now it's getting all popular, and it's a fairly new release. It came out, I think, last year. And so, silly me, I thought there was going to be, like, plot. There was going to be, like, more going on than what we got. There's a lot of sex, and it is just constant. It is just such horny people doing horny things, and that's, like, it. It was, like, a lot. I was listening to the audiobook, which I do recommend. I think the audiobook is good. I think the book is fine. I just personally wanted a little bit more plot, because, like, the undertones of plot were there and were intriguing. Like, I was excited to see, but it just all happened so fast, and, like, I would say a good 85% of this book is just smut, which is fine. To each their own. Enjoy what you enjoy. I just didn't know what I was getting into when I started it. So then it, like, starts and you're like, oh my god. And there are, like, some lines that just made me a little cringe, because I'm not a smut reader, typically, and I don't know my taste enough in smut to know, like, what is good or bad or cringy or so on and so forth. But I did finish it. I did give it 3 stars. Again, like, I don't think it's bad. It's on Kindle Unlimited. It's a 3-book series, I believe, a trilogy. And I think I will continue. But I wanted more Christmas from this. I wanted more Nutcracker, besides just, like, the rats take over and there's a Nutcracker and Sugar Plum fae. Like, I liked the direction. I just wish there was, like, a little bit more to make it a little more Christmassy. But I did like the twist with the Nutcracker being fae and having the Sugar Plum Fairy in it. Like, I did like that and, like, the world. The ending resolves so fast and so poorly. Like, that's how you know, that's how I now know that this was not what I thought it would be, and it is about the romance and the smut over plot, because the big bad literally just like, oh, you're right. Now that you've talked to me about this, I totally understand and accept, and I completely agree with what you're saying. I was in the wrong, and I will do better and stop. Okay. Sure, bud. But overall, I did have a good time. It's a quick, easy read. I don't think it'll be it won't compete with the other books that I have planned for this video in any way, shape, or form, because they're just, like, not the same. But, oh my god. I was not prepared. That's the problem. I just was not prepared. So, that's my bad review. That's all I got for you. It was fine. It was good. I don't know. Oh my god. I am not a smut channel. I don't know how to talk about it. I'm gonna go. Can I get a large iced Sugar Plum Fuel? Womp womp. This vlog is not going good for me. Today at work, I decided to listen to Hidden Sea by Gregory McGuire, and this was such a disappointing read for me. I was really excited because it's, like, the fairy tale vibes, and it's, like, an imagining origin story for Drosselmeyer, who is the godfather who creates the Nutcracker. So it was, like, a fun storyline idea, but the execution was so boring and just uninteresting in general all around. Nothing about it was exciting or fun. Basically, you just follow him as a kid with, like, a sad upbringing and just follow him. Very much just, like, character on a journey, walking the forest, like, very slow, low stakes, nothing happens fairy tale vibe, and it was very disappointing. I was very let down. I was really hoping for something good, but the writing style just wasn't working for me. I was incredibly bored. I didn't care about anybody. There's a like pretty big lack of emotion. It's very like intellectual type of fairy tale. I don't know. Just didn't work. Now I'm bummed about it. So I have 2 more books to read, hopefully, for this vlog. Maybe just 1 more, we'll see. But, this isn't going good. Hi, I am a little over halfway in The Kingdom of Sweets by Erica Johansson, and I didn't know what I was really getting into when I picked this for book of the month, but I'm so glad that I did. Weirdly, this only has 3.33 average rating on Goodreads and like 4,000 ratings. But why? It's so good. It's not like, I don't think this is 5 stars so good, but I'm loving the vibes. This is a obviously fantasy nutcracker retelling, but this is like dark and twisty and honestly like borderline horror, which I wasn't expecting. I just often when you hear nutcracker retellings, like it's all sugar plum fairies and sunshine. Like it's just always pretty happy and romantic, but this is twisty and I like it. It's dark. But A Kingdom of Sweets is following primarily Natasha, who is twin sister to Clara, the famous character from the Nutcracker we all know and love. And when they were born, they were gifted by their godfather, it's the worst name, Drosselmeyer. They were gifted by him gifts, kind of, think Sleeping Beauty-esque. He gifted Clara light and Natasha dark. So Natasha is the ugly twin. She's encompassed in darkness. She's got long black hair, while Clara's got like blonde curly hair, and just very much has the like opposites, good versus bad type of feel. And their birthday is Christmas, so there's always a Christmas Eve party, kind of in honor of them, but kind of something the family does. And one year Clara is gifted the Nutcracker and Natasha's gifted this very creepy clown, and I loved it. And that is what awakens us into part 2, where they go to the Kingdom of Sweets, where they get to see the Sugar Plum Fairy. But this is more of like a villain origin type of story. Like it's dark and twisty, and so you're seeing like the grim side of this fairy tale, and I'm adoring it. I love it. I love the premise. It's a little bit slow, but honestly, like, it's kept me entertained and engaged the whole time. Like, I'm interested. I'm excited to see like where it's gonna go from here, just because it's a little spooky at times. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I definitely would recommend this so far. We'll see by the end if it still holds up and it's still good. But I'm having a great time. I'm so glad that I've picked this up and that something is doing it for me. Merry Christmas to me. I got my favorite book early, and now a good book. That's a Nutcracker retelling. Yes. Alright, so I have finished A Kingdom of Sweets. The Kingdom of Sweets? The Kingdom of Sweets. I really enjoyed this, which it really surprises me that the reviews are what they are. I really like this look on sister relationships. This doesn't focus on a romance. I really enjoyed the darker side to this story. I really enjoyed the Kingdom of Sweets like actually being there, although we're not there very often. And it's interesting because like this book spans over like many years. up until like truly the very end, like many years. And I really enjoyed the ending, which I don't think is everybody's favorite. But overall, I thought this was fun. I loved how dark it was and like the sinister undertone of the kingdom and just like what was going on. It just really worked for me. I vibed with the writing. I had fun with the characters. Nobody was like super standoutish. Like this was one of those stories that I enjoyed reading and listening to, because there was many times where like I would stop physically reading it and just listen to audiobook while doing stuff, and it was just a good companion piece. It kept me engaged, but it wasn't like so interesting and fascinating because it is just a historical little timepiece of this girl's life and what she's going through with like somewhat of a fantasy twist, but it's not fantasy. I don't know, the balance just really worked for me. I don't know if this will work for everyone else based on other people's reviews. Like, it doesn't seem that popular, but it really worked for me. I'm really happy with it. I'm so glad that I picked this up and read this and that it actually did work out, because this vlog did not go as planned. So this is the win. I'm giving it 4 stars. It was just like the right book. I'm so happy I read this at the right time. It worked. So that's the video. That's my 3 this is probably the smallest reading vlog, like themed reading vlog I've done. 3 books just feels like not enough sometimes, and I need to get out of that mindset where like 3 books is still good. But yeah, a little bit of a bummer vlog just because like I had a 4-star, a Quart of Sugar and Spice was 3 stars, and then a 2-star from Hidden Sea. Like, it just all over the place in this video, but I'm very happy with reading them. I will definitely continue picking up Nutcracker retellings in the future, like next Christmas. I think I already have 2 in my planned, maybe, to read next year. They make me so happy. I just love the vibes. This one has like the perfect ballet setup. Like, the vibes are so good, and I just really adored it. So that's it. That's the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a happy holidays, and I will see you guys in my next video before the new year. Bye!